Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be telling you 5 ways you can augment your finances as a medical student in Nigeria. My name is Dr. Peter. I schooled in Nigeria and I'm currently practicing in Nigeria. And there's a statistic that says that only 2% of Nigeria, this leaks from the FIRS earlier this year on Twitter, that only 2% of Nigerians have above 500k saved in their account. Now, studying medicine is actually expensive business, and you need to buy the books, you need to your fees, your accommodation, your upkeep, and these things cost money. Now on this channel I do a little bit of medical lifestyle and a little bit of academics. Or the goal is to make your experience in medical school as smooth as possible and the transition to clinical practice even seamless. So if you're interested in things like that, then please subscribe to this channel and give us a like so that this video will go as far as possible. Now 5 ways you can augment your finances as a medical student. Number 1, scholarships. Guys, this one is a blessing and is not even in disguise. There are scholarship bodies in Nigeria and they are very favorable to students who are studying professional courses like medicine, pharmacy, engineering, and law. So it's a big opportunity, guys, that you cannot overlook. Scholarship bodies in Nigeria include those in the oil and oil sector, such as Agbami, Chevron, Shell, NLNG, ADAC, Seplat. They're actually kind of plenty, and they are organized into a platform called Scholastica. And on Scholastica you can register with your details, and then from that platform, from that portal, you can actually register for many scholarships as they come out, and they will even give you updates on the scholarships that are available currently. Now let me push this point home. You can get as much as 200,000 naira per year from scholarship, and this will go a long way in your academics. A friend of mine says it is easier to read and pass your exams when you don't have to think of what to eat. The truth is, problems of medical students are not all academics. There are other factors that play a strong role to your academics, and one of them is money. And you need to sort out your finances, and a good way is through these scholarship bodies. Other scholarship bodies include MTN. There is also Mobile, and there are other private individuals that also offer scholarship. And you will begin to know more about this if you actually keep an eye out online for them. The requirements you need for a scholarship include your birth certificate, your national ID card or the slip. You also need an evidence that you're a Nigerian, such as your state of origin. You need your O-level results, your WAEC, NECO. You need your JAMB results. You need your JAMB admission letter, your university admission letter, your university ID card. You also need referral letter from your faculty, maybe from your faculty officer or your dean of studies. And you also need maybe an evidence for the class that you are in, and then your previous results. So you need all these things to be able to apply for your scholarship. The last will be maybe things like your passport. Now, if you have these documents, you convert them into soft copies and have them in your email so that you can easily apply for this scholarship. And I'm telling you guys, this is actually a very, very big way. The lowest scholarship I've heard of in Nigeria from these bodies, of course, is about 75,000 naira per year, and the highest is about 200,000 naira per year. And you get this every year. And to maintain the scholarship, you don't. For medicine, for medicine, you only need a pass. So you need 50 in all your grades to be able to maintain the scholarship to progress about it. Other students in other departments will require a CGPA of 3.0 and above. But in medicine, all you need is a pass to maintain the scholarship and renew it every year. So it's something you don't want to miss out on. It's a very important factor when you're talking about your finances. Now, the second I'll tell you about are bursaries. Bursaries are from state governments. Now, there are certain states in Nigeria that give bursaries and financial aid to their students who are in tertiary institutions. So I'm not going to mention any particular states, but rest assured that there are states in Nigeria that offer financial aid to their students, and they do this with a memorandum of understanding that you are in a bond, sort of a contract with them, so that after you finish your medical school, you are going to practice for 2 years in the States. Now, 2 years is a long time that may be discouraging to some people, but this is financial aid that may be as much as maybe 40,000 naira per month for your upkeep as a student. And it's only when you become a medical doctor that you can actually talk about long term. So it's something you should really, really consider. And I should remind you that it might not just be for you. Your close pals would actually benefit from this scholarship too, if you know what I mean. So there are states that offer financial aids, and you should check if your state have these services, and you should think about applying for them. Now, the next set of skills I'm going to be telling you are going to be more dependent on you as an individual rather than what the state or the country is going to be providing for you. And the next set of things I'm going to be talking about are skills. Now, if you have any skill sets that can be monetized as a medical student, it's going to go a long way to augment your finances. Now, of course, you have to be careful and you have to be wise about it so that you don't, chase the bag and then, leave the cat out at the end of the day. The point is, look for something that you are good in, that you already have a natural inclination to, a skill set that you can actually monetize. There are several things you can actually monetize. Now, if you are going into, as a medical student, if you are going into skill sets like entrepreneurship as something to augment your finances, I need you to be aware of certain factors. Now, you don't go in the first day and you're expecting to cash out big. That is not true. That does not happen in any situation. In most cases, you're actually going to spend some time honing your skill and developing your craft enough to be able to monetize it. So it's better it's something you love, so that the period in which you are learning and you are growing your skill is something you actually have fun doing, that you already have a natural inclination towards, so that it's not going to impede so much on your academics. And even though you want to go into a certain skill, you must also make sure that as you grow it and you refine it such that it's something you can actually monetize at the end of the day. So you have things like digital skills like graphic design, video editing, photography, cinematography. You could even go into things like fashion design. The beauty industry is going so far these days: hairdressing, cosmetics, and beauty life generally. You could also learn culinary skills like baking, cooking, and things like that. So it's a whole lifestyle on its own, and you pick something that you actually are interested in, begin to develop it, and then begin to grow at it such that you can actually at the end of the day monetize it. There is also the whole content creation thing that you could do on YouTube, on Facebook, and things like that. So social media is also a big aspect of what you are going to go through. Although these things some of them are easy to start, but to grow them up to the extent that you're going to monetize them will take some time. So you should factor this in when you are taking this step when it comes to augmenting your finances. Again, it's actually a long-term plan. I have friends who at the end of medical school have found that what they are doing, what they call their side hustle, is actually bringing in more than they might be getting from whatever hospital they are working at. So it's something you should think about, and it's something you should look into the long term for. Several businesses, several skill sets that you can pick up. Now, in medical school, there are other opportunities, things I call competition. So you could have things like debate sessions that would go, that have prizes attached to them. You could have writing competitions that are going to, that will have monetary prizes attached to them. You could have several competitions that could come up. There could be even quizzes in medical school that award excellences. Some schools also award excellence to award prizes to students who perform well in a particular class or in a particular exam. Now, this is not common in many institutions in Nigeria, but there are certain schools that do this. Now, as I said, this last set of skills are going to be highly dependent on you as an individual and how you're going to refine yourself to work in it. Things like writing, for example, there are going to be grant writing. There's going to be competition prizes that are going to be attached to certain writing, and I'm telling you, these are actually lucrative prizes. Now, if you want to begin to hone your writing skill to apply for those kind of things, then you should begin to refine your writing. As I said, it's a long-term plan that will actually pay off big in the long term. So it's something you should work on. Generally, I should also say this, as a medical student, there is no in fact, there's a huge advantage when you begin to learn about money. This is just like an add-on, a general advice. If you learn about money, you are going to know how to manage your finances eventually, when the money comes. It is better to, be prepared for an opportunity and not have it than to have an opportunity and then misuse or squander it. So begin to read the classics about money. You could read, T.R. Ecker's Secret of the Millionaire Mind. You could read Bob Clayton's Richest Man in Babylon, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. You could read, you could read those classic Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and you could also read contemporary books on money, such as Smart Money Woman, the Nigerian book by Arese Ugu. You could read this kind of books that would actually give you an idea into the financial world. Everything is not going to end in physiology and anatomy and pediatrics. At the end of the day, money is going to play a huge role, a significant role in your life, and you should learn, the intricacies in when it comes to the financial intelligence generally. And it's something doctors are not so good at. It's something you should actually put into your arsenal as a skill set even. Something else you can also look at as a medical student that could augment your finances will be, working during holidays, unfortunately, working during strike. Now, there are paid internship programs, there are paid, there are things you could do, there are services you could render to people that will not require, your professional certificate that you actually do. There are sales, affiliate marketing, and things like that. Now, all these things will be seeming like old information or things you already know, but you would only begin to see the opportunities when you begin to seek them. You will only see them when you begin to seek them. Only seekers find. So working during holidays and working during strike period or other period that you are not in school will be an interesting way to actually augment your finances. If you're watching this video, it means maybe your sponsorship from home will not be adequate, or there are certain things you want to do with money that you cannot get from your normal allowance you get from your sponsor, and these ways can actually be an avenue for you to get those funds and then invest them into whatever business you're doing. So this is where we're going to draw the curtain today. Please don't forget to share this to as many students as possible. Some people are not aware of it, and it's actually going to go a long way. And then also don't forget to like and then subscribe to the channel so that you could get more of our content. Thank you very much. Dr. Piro here. Cheers.